Hi Woodlands! On this week's episode of Crafting with Cara, we will learn how to make a plastic spoon mirror. Once this affordable craft is done, it makes for the perfect wall accessory for any room in your house. All you will need is a round mirror, either 12 inches round for a larger mirror or 10 inches for a smaller one, a large piece of cardboard, glue gun and glue sticks, a ruler, scissors, duct tape, 1 can of spray primer, 1 can of spray paint any color of your choice, lots of plastic spoons, and a long piece of wire to hang your mirror. First, what you want to do is get a circle cardboard template that you're going to glue your spoons to. Now, the template will depend on the size of your mirror. For a 12-inch round mirror, you want to cut a cardboard circle with a diameter of 22 inches. For a 10-inch round mirror, you want to cut a cardboard circle with a diameter of 13 inches. Once you have your cardboard circle cut out, what you want to do is prime it and then spray paint it with the color you're going to end up spray painting the mirror. So I've primed this side and I've also spray painted it because I want my outside of my mirror to be yellow. And then we want to cut an inner circle where the mirror is actually going to go on this cardboard. We have a 10-inch mirror, so what we want to do is cut an inner circle in the center that has a 9-inch diameter. This leaves 1 inch of room for us to glue the mirror down in the end, which you will see later. So we can cut, I made a template for a 9-inch diameter circle, and now we can cut that out. All right, now we have our inner circle cut out. So now you can see where the mirror is going to go, and then we are going to glue all the spoons around on this cardboard template. Now, before we glue the spoons on, you want to make a wire hanger that goes on the back so that when you're done, you can hang it on a wall. So you want to take a thin piece of wire that's pliable. To make the wire hanger, you want to put 2 holes in your cardboard on each side, and then you want to string the wire through one side and then twist together to make it secure. And then you want to weave it back through on the other side with the other 2 holes, leaving a little bit of slack back here because this is how you're going to hang it. Weave it through. And then just like the other side, you can cut off the slack, cut off the extra wire, and then just twist tight to secure the wire to the cardboard. And now we have the hanger that you can then hang on the wall once the mirror is complete. Don't worry about the wire in the holes because once we get the spoons on and we spray paint everything, it will cover up and you won't be able to see any of it. Now is the fun part. We get to glue the spoons to the cardboard. For this size mirror, you want to use 3 to 4 packs of the 48 spoons. You don't want to get the sturdy ones because they're just going to be harder to cut. When cutting the spoons, you want to be sure to cut away from your face and into a plastic bag to avoid plastic shards. And you can also wear safety goggles as well. And if you don't have scissors, I found that wire cutters are also really nice when it comes to cutting the spoons. So you want to take a plastic bag and grab some spoons. And what you want to do is you want to cut the stem off where you just have the spoon left. So I'll show you. Take wire cutters into the plastic bag. Now that we have just the spoon, left. And you're going to cut many of these so that we can glue them around the mirror like this. So once you've cut all your spoons, we can start gluing them onto the wreath. We want to start from the outside in, and on the outside you want to give your spoons space between each one so that as you get closer into the center, you'll still have room to place each spoon. So you want to take the spoons and glue on the edge and hold tight for a couple seconds, and then it should be secure, and then keep doing that all around. And see how I leave a good inch, inch and a half between each spoon. But then once you finish the outside layer, you can start moving in. I found that with this size mirror, you're usually going to do about 4 to 5 rows of spoons. So you can start the inner row. And you just keep going around and working in until all of the spoons have filled up the cardboard. And towards the end, it should start to look like this. As you can see, we've almost covered the whole cardboard with spoons. And we're on the very last row, and we want to make sure for the very last one, since the edges will be showing, that the edges are as smooth as possible, and it might help to sand them down a little bit if they're kind of jagged. And now we have covered the cardboard completely with spoons. And as you can see, it gives it that really neat flower effect. Now what you want to do is spray paint it with any color of your choice and let it dry. You're probably going to want to do 3 to 4 coats of the spray paint so that you cover everything completely. It takes a bit to get everything completely covered. Then you can let that dry. And then your finished product will look like this. I chose a yellow color, kind of bright, kind of looks like a sunflower, pretty cool. And now the last and final step is to put your mirror to make the completed project. So I have my 10-inch round mirror that I got at a craft store. And now, earlier when we left about an inch room of space in our inner circle, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put glue onto the mirror and push our wreath down and glue it. So very carefully, you can flip it upside down, move the wire out of the way, glue on the outer rim. I want to do it pretty quickly so that it doesn't dry. Just kind of get glue all over there. And then get your mirror, place it onto the glue, and then press down. Just be sure not to break any spoons. Here you go, you have your spoon mirror. And to be safe, you could always back it up with duct tape on the back just to make sure it's secure. But voila, you have your plastic spoon mirror. So this was a 10-inch mirror I used, but if you wanted to go bigger and better, you can always use a 12-inch mirror. It takes a longer, but the final product is pretty cool. I did this one in a blue color. So this is your big mirror. And this used about 7 to 8 packs of a 48 pack of spoons. A lot of spoons, but it ends up looking very cool. Happy crafting, Woodlands, and have a wonderful Easter holiday. Be sure to save your plastic Easter eggs because on the next episode of Crafting with Cara, we will be making Easter egg maracas.